So when this whole situation started with the virus, I think we thought maybe it was going to be over soon. We were very busy. We had to get on with our lives. It had to get out of here ASAP. And after disappointment and delay, we had to admit this was going to be sticking around for a while, actually indefinitely. And we had to endure. So to endure has the same root as durable. And durable means to last a long time and to be effective over that time. And so that we need to, it's different from resilient. Resilient means to be knocked down and get back up again. But durable means to just keep on trucking all the way through. So we need to be durable in our mind, body, and our relationships. And as far as our relationships are concerned, especially with children, they need to know we're there for them no matter what. That is our main job. They have been thrown by all the uncertainty and all the challenges, and they need to know that we're their rock of support. And so our job is to see them and hear them. And so we need to look in their eyes when we talk to them. We need to listen to what they have to say. And we have to talk to them and ask them how they are before they bring it up. They may not. And when we ask them, we need to validate their feelings rather than just say, oh, don't worry about that, or oh, you don't really mean that, or anything like that. We just have to sympathize as best we can. And when they speak, we can also get their, if they have any misconceptions, we can help set them straight, because they may be very worried about something in their little hearts that we can help them feel better about. So that's very important for us to help them feel safe and secure, to stay in touch with them. The problem is, we are also trying to stay in touch with the world. What is going on? We need to know the news. We need to get in conversations. And sometimes our children look at us and it's like this. And they can't see us. So we have to be careful I suggest set up your household so you can contain devices and things that take away attention from your child. So one of those ways is to look for times where you're going to be together when you do want to see and hear them and observe their emotions and that sort of thing. So obviously, meals. So what we can do is just grab a container, put the phones in there, make sure everybody puts their devices away from the table, and then we can be together and be connected. And the other way to do that is at bedtime to put those aside, because bedtime especially we can add in hugs in addition to our eye contact with them. So that's super important. To be durable in body and mind, we have to cover the basics. Whether there are kids in the household or not, we need to refuel ourselves properly with the good nutrition. We need to move every day. We're human animals. We get very ill if we don't move, so we need to have physical activity. With kids, they don't have to have formal exercise. It's play. It's not playing a board game or playing a video game. It's three-dimensional, in space, 360-degree play using all their senses, because that's how they're going to grow and develop best in body and mind, is so they're using all their senses and they're using their bodies, and that's how they grow durable. The other thing is that especially this summer, we're going to have this unique opportunity to help them learn life skills. And before, we had a lot of excuses. Oh no, you got to get to soccer practice, you can't help make dinner. Oh no, you got to get to your violin lesson, you can't help clean up. That doesn't help them at all in the long run. They need to know how to do that stuff. And so this summer is a time that we can bring them into the fold, help with the household responsibilities. That's going to give them a sense of purpose, and it's going to give us a break, and we will be less resentful. That's very important, because we are going to get worn down, and it's hard for us to endure this unless they help out too. And then, of course, the last thing is sleep. That's the foundation of all good health. And so we have to, again, make sure that our devices don't get in the way of sleep. And because they go beep in the night, and they're temptations. And so kids especially need solid sleep, so we can use this single function device, give one to every person in the household, and the kids don't have an excuse that they need their phone in their room to wake up. If you want to have your phone in your bedroom, I would suggest putting it on notifications only, than having it out of reach and out of sight, face down, so there's no sound. And you know that your brain is going to know that you can't get at your phone, so you won't have this temptation all night to grab for it if you know that it's out of reach. So that's really important. So one last thing that I wanted to mention is that despite your best efforts, it's going to be frustrating. You're going to get angry. We're all human. We're going to do that. So the important thing, though, is that since we're the masters of the ship, we're steering the ship, we don't want to lose control. I think there's a way we can ratchet back those emotions if we realize that we have them. And so, for instance, I use my brain jar here. If your mind is swirling with all sorts of ideas or anger or anything, it's very hard to move forward appropriately. But if we take a pause and we just realize we're getting upset and we need to just bring it in, then our brain's clear. We become less angry, more in control, and very often we can make a better decision. So that's what we need to do, is to understand when we're getting upset, step aside, put our hands on a flat surface and take some deep breaths, and literally it will pull ourselves back together. So that's just a thought to leave you with while I have the chance. And Michael, I think you had a picture of my book, and the book has all sorts of tips in it, like I just gave you, for the mind, body, and relationships. And you see the kids there clinging to a giant sequoia. And I like to use that image to illustrate how not only, how what durable looks like, but also how we seem to children, that we're their giant sequoia. So it's very important that we remember to be there for them during this period.